Hey Walking Dead fans, we're going to do a video on a couple of articles. I usually throw a lot of news out there from comicbook.com. I reference them a whole lot. There's a bunch of websites that we pull from as far as the news goes. I was checking out screenrant.com and there was several articles on there, but I was going to talk about this one with you guys because I thought you would enjoy seeing this and maybe discussing this a little bit in between the seasons. There was one article on this cryptic photo, and it was uploaded to Reddit. It was posted on Reddit, and the Screen Rant had this article about it. It's definitely a photo pulled out of the archives, but kudos to the poster just to post it again and let us have another glimpse at what all that we've lost. I definitely think now that we're in Season 10, going into Season 10 of The Walking Dead and everything that's happened, this photo is pretty cool to look at for a moment and just see all the ones that are grayed out. It's pretty cool. Daryl's the only one that's left. And you can notice Carol's not in this photo, but her daughter is. So I'm thinking, did Melissa McBride take the photo? Was she crapped out? There's some questions there, but it's funny that Carol, they might have even thought, Carol's not important. Really? But one of the first ones to go on the left-hand side was Jim. He got bitten when the Atlanta camp got overrun by walkers. And then Jackie to the far right, she stayed at the CDC with Dr. Jenner. They decided they didn't want to be a part of this zombie apocalyptic world. And then there's Sophia back on the left-hand side. Of course, she got lost. Rick found her, but he said, stay here, don't move. But she still, the walkers got her and she ended up in the barn. And then on the far right, there's Dale. I think he was the next one to go. I think he lasted a little longer in the comics. The reason he left the show early is because of Frank Darabont when he was fired. And then there's Shane, of course. Rick had to take him down. And then at the prison, we lost T-Dog and Lori. And I can't remember. I didn't look it up. We might have lost those guys in the same episode, actually. But Lori died of childbirth, and T-Dog died saving Carol. And then we got Andrea down in the lower left. She died from a bite from Milton, of course, during the governor thing. And right there in the middle, pretty much right there in the front, Glenn. Yeah, we know what happened to Glenn. He's under the dumpster somewhere. And in the middle of Rick and Lori, we've got Carl poking his head through. This is back during Season 1. And even though he lives in the comics, we lost him in Season 8. And then we have Rick. And he shouldn't really be grayed out, per se. He has left the Mother Show. He has left the Walking Dead TV show and says he will not return. He's going to these movies, and I guess the 3 movies will end his story, maybe, is what they're thinking. But he's not dead, so he shouldn't really be grayed out, but he isn't on the main show anymore. And the only one is Daryl. Who would have thought back in the beginning, a made-up character, and not just a made-up character, they made up the character Merle, who is not in the comics. They made him up for the TV show. Frank Darabont did. And when Norman Reedus came to audition for the role of Merle, they said, let's make you Merle's brother. And it was just kind of that kind of thing. And as it happened, there's Daryl on the show. He wasn't even really a big character until he just became a fan favorite. And here we are today. He's leading the show. Who would have thought it? But definitely a good photo, definitely a good look back at Season 1 and up to where we are now and what's been going on. And we've lost so many others that's not in that photo. That's just a Season 1 photo. But it is a zombie show, and I think the one thing this photo may tell us is that that's the way this world works, and that's the way the Robert Kirkman and Scott Gimple minds are kind of working as well. There may be a Carol that lasts all the way through. There may be a Daryl, but there may not be anybody else. And you can't guarantee those two either. I know Norman Reedus said he was going to go all the way to the end. We just have to wait and see when that is. Let me know your thoughts about it all in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more dead stuff.